I've always had a soft spot for Cadillacs. My dad's owned a few Cadillacs. His father only drove Cadillacs. I remember being a little kid and riding in Grandpa's Coupe de Ville. My eyes would be burning from the cigar smoke, and I had this deadly fear of those power windows without the anti-pinch technology. Don't ask me how I know that. Anyways, times have changed. Those Cadillacs of yesteryear are gone. They're all beautiful svelte sedans like the ATS, the CTS, and this is Cadillac's latest entry into the full-size sedan market. This is the CT6. And even without the cigar smoke and that floaty ride, I think this is going to be just as special to ride in. The CT6 is all new, and its chassis is as well. Using new fusing technologies, the new frame is a mixture of high tensile steels along with aluminum castings, providing a lightweight yet super rigid chassis, perfect for acoustics and ride handling. The front features the now signature vertical LEDs found on other Cadillacs, and the overall style, in my opinion, is kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. There are definitely edges and corners, but they're not too harsh and they're not too soft. Everything looks very, very well balanced. It's just right. Well, if you can save lots of weight on the frame, you can also put a lot of features and technology on the inside. The interior of the CT6 is all new as well. Like my grandpa's Caddies of old, the new ones are still using wood accents on their dashes, but now the wood is complemented with carbon fiber and aluminum. Of course, there are many different choices of colors and materials available, so you can make your CT6 look and feel just the way that you want. The inside of the CT6 is equally well put together. Very, very nice materials. This one just happens to have a carbon fiber dash here. You can get wood if you want. Now, if you look at it, it's very simplistic. There's not a lot of buttons, but there are buttons for what you really kind of need it for, like the temperature controls. It's easy to adjust it. Now, in the center, you have a fully programmable screen in the center stack. There's no gauges, so you can program what you want, just like the CTS as well. In the center dash area, you have a 10-inch screen that can be accessed numerous ways. First of all, it acts like a touch screen. You can, like a conventional touch screen like you have as a tablet. And it has a trackpad, much like you'd have on your notebook computer. And you actually have a 1, 2, or 3 finger swipe and a back button as well. Also available, massaging seats for the front. Not for the rear, unfortunately, but the rear, you can get power adjusting seats as well. All in all, a very, very nice looking interior. The CT6 is also equipped with numerous USB plugs and OnStar 4G LTE, so everyone can watch whatever they want on their tablets or devices. Now for some, it's the back where it's at. Available now, brand new 10-inch screens to watch or play on your journey, as well as full reclining features on the seat. Legroom is very ample, and I can really see these CT6s carrying their share of passengers for car services. So we're in Southern California on some nice twisty roads just outside of San Diego right now in the CT6. So we've seen the exterior, the interior. How's it drive? Well, first of all, there's 3 power plants. There's a base model of a 4-cylinder, believe it or not, a turbo 4-cylinder 2-liter that puts out 265 horsepower. Now that one's only rear-wheel drive. And then you get 2 V6 models. You get a 3.6-liter V6 that puts out 335 horsepower. And then you get the top dog is, which we have here, which is a 3-liter twin-turbo V6, and it puts out 404 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque, which is a ton. I don't think you need any more, because if you're gonna buy a car like this and you want even more power, I'd say get a cts-v. That's probably better suited for your style of driving. Now, how does it drive on the road? Well, it's surprisingly what Cadillac's done is they've made this chassis a combination of high tensile steels and aluminum, and they've used different fusing techniques to make it, first of all, a lot lighter than other cars like the 5 Series or the E-Class from Mercedes, and a lot stiffer. This is the stiffest car that Cadillac has ever produced, and what that allows it to do is the chassis, the suspension really gets to work very well with that. Now talk about the suspension. You can get an optional adaptive suspension, which we have here, which is a magnetic ride control, similar to what you'd see on the Escalade, the Yukon, the cts-v, and the Corvette. So they all have that magnetic ride control that samples a road 1,000 times per second. Now with all-wheel drive that you get on the V6 models, it also comes with four-wheel steering. And this is not a passive system, this is an active system. At low speeds and for parking maneuvers, it actually has a lot shorter turning radius for a car this size. And at high speeds, it adds stability, and instead of how it's explained to me was, instead of having those rear wheels kind of drag through the corner, it's actually turning the same way, which really makes the car really hug the corners a lot better. Now, one thing for the technology that has nothing to do with the drivetrain that's very impressive is the first time ever Cadillac has made a rear view monitor mirror. And so basically you have your regular mirror, and with a flick of the switch, now it turns into a super high definition screen, but it gives you a view that's 300% better or clearer than your conventional mirror, and it's quite amazing. It takes a little while to get used to, but I think I could really get used to this. On the main screen, you still have your regular backup camera views and a 360 view as well. Now, I could go on and to tell you about all the other features. It has a ton of safety features. It has lane keeping assist, blind spot. It has all that, but there's not enough time for that. Even though memories of my family's Cadillacs will always have a place in my heart, I'm kind of glad that those old Cadillacs of the past are kind of gone, and I really like these new ones. You know what? I think Grandpa would be proud, Grandpa Chow. And I might just have to get one of these to continue on our family's affinity to the Cadillac brand.